Good morning, students. I, Sunita Naik, welcome you to our English class. Students, how do you think people in ancient times built large monuments such as the pyramids with their simple tools? Have you ever thought about this? In this world, there are many things which are mysterious. Let us learn about one of the greatest mysteries of our planet with our today's topic, that is Chapter 3, A Wonderful World, The Mystery of the Nazca Lines. The Nazca Lines are one of the greatest mysteries of our planet. They are a series of perfectly designed lines drawing of shapes, animals, and plants marked on the ground in Southern Peru, South America. The lines were discovered in the 1920s when planes first began to fly over the Nazca Desert in Peru. A pilot looked down and saw the most extraordinary sight. There were huge patterns and shapes on the floor of the desert. He thought he knew the area well, but he had never seen such things before. When he landed his plane, he got into his car and raced to the spot where he had seen the lines. However, he could see nothing except the dry landscape with its heaps of stones and dust. Every day, they found more strange lines and shapes. Then the pilots tried to determine the size of the area covered by the lines and shapes. It was about 450 square kilometers without any towns or villages. Most of it was flat, though it was bordered on one side by mountains. The pilots next plotted the shapes. There were long lines that looked like great highways. There was a huge monkey with a spiraling tail and a creature that looked like a dog. There were also several patterns of birds. News of the discovery of the Nazca Lines spread far and wide. People were fascinated. They soon realized, like the pilots, that one cannot see these patterns and shapes from the ground, as they are formed by very shallow furrows and low mounds of gravel. The people who saw them began to wonder about their meaning. Who constructed these patterns? When were they made and why? Many archaeologists have since studied the lines. Among the most famous was Maria Rieker. She was a German-born mathematician and archaeologist who was living in Peru when she heard about the lines at Nazca. Around 1946, she began to make maps of the figures on the ground. She convinced the Peruvian Air Force to help her with photographic surveys. She called on the government to control the development of the area and restrict tourist visits to it. She spent much of her own money in this effort. She became very well known in Peru, and the local people called her the Lady of the Lines. Maria Rieker believed that the lines were a type of sun calendar, but other people had more amazing ideas. One person thought they were proof that aliens from other planets had visited Earth, and the patterns at Nazca were a sort of guide or map for them. Some others suggested that the lines were a memorial to a great flood that nearly drowned the desert thousands of years ago. A scientist supposed that the lines showed where the water supplies were, yet others considered them to be of religious importance. More recently, many people were surprised when a new pattern was found on the side of a mountain. It was of a man who seemed to be looking up at the sky and waving. This was discovered by astronauts taking photographs of Earth from space. Scientists have concluded that the Nazca Lines were created over a long period. The majority of these lines were created from 1 to 700 CE. Today, the area covered by the lines is a World Heritage Site, declared so by UNESCO in 1994, and the government of Peru is its official protector. No one is allowed to drive a car near the site, and people can only walk there with guides. Students, why are some people careless about preserving historical sites? How would you stop someone from spoiling an ancient monument? Think about it. That's all for the day. Thank you.